Alrighty, it's back. The return of the king. The return of the best game ever. The return of Elder Scrolls 4.
Okay. Ugh. Perfect music, by the way. Shout out Reflect Studios. God, I love everything you do. I just don't have the time to learn your game. It sucks. I just don't. So, there's only one way to rectify that. Playing more Final Fantasy 14, obviously. Of course. Who even plays video games? You ever think about that? Video games are for chumps and losers. All I do is dump my time. So Spray ever gonna stream? No, actually the stream is over. You just missed it. I literally just played Oblivion so quickly, I didn't even have a chance to even show it on the screen. It's over. It's done. You'll never see what happened today. It's lost to time, which has actually happened to a lot of recording sessions I've done in the past. I've done full recording sessions and then they've been lost to time. Think about that. That happened to there's playthroughs I fully finished or even partially finished and never went back and never finished. And I just said that multiple times. You get my point. I started them and then I never completed them. Well, you know I like to mess around in this game. I like exploring games and hoarding loot. I'm kind of I'm one of those loot goblinos, you know. Take a sip. What a, it is a true honor and pleasure to be able to stream and record and do all the fun stuff, man. I don't say this enough, but thank you guys. And I just enjoy it. It's just fun. I get to fuck around, All right, let's go to Leowin. And then we'll just mess around. We'll look around. Because more or less, we're pretty much kind of set, right? I think. Let's start looking through stuff. Oh, Devin, yo! By the way, I did buy that Curse of the Sphinx game. I did. That'll happen sometime TM. Sometime TM soon. I did buy it. It was only $3, so it could be the worst game ever, which I doubt. Who the fuck is that? Oh, it's Martin. Wait, I didn't drop him off? All right, sure. He'll just tag along through 90% of the game like this is normal. This is how everyone plays this game, obviously. Damn, that's worth a lot. Okay. I don't care about mithril boots. Care about weapons and chess pieces. Might be somewhat like a mid-level Legend of Zelda ripoff. That's pretty much how I felt about Okami. And even though I wasn't super thrilled with Okami, I didn't think it was an amazing game. It is an artistically well done game. Listen, I'm always down for more Legend of Zelda clones. You know me, I love Zelda. It's one of my favorite series. In fact, we played Wind Waker last year. I'm thinking that I might play Twilight Princess again soon, because I haven't played Twilight Princess in a long time. So I'm starting to get that itch again, I might play that again soon. TM. I mean, would you like me to play Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild again? Maybe someday, not anytime soon. I'd rather try something new, or at least something in my childhood I haven't played in a while, Get out the way, Martin. They planked. You saw that? They planked on the floor. Okay. Probably never watched them in hell no, I haven't watched the playthroughs. Yeah, don't worry. It's a lot. Look, I don't expect everyone to watch every video I put out. I'm not that kind of content creator where it's like, oh, you didn't see that. No, that's why I always try to give the full context, right? I try to recap things that happened in a playthrough that maybe you didn't watch. Because I understand that, if I do 14,000 videos worth of shit, I'm paralyzed. You fall down anyway. All right, anyway. If I do 14,000 videos worth of shit, Like, let's be fair here. Do I expect people to even watch 100? Not really. Especially since the Tears playthrough is not marked, because I don't look at these games ahead of time. You know, I totally understand. What do you mean you haven't watched every boring Arceus stream from start to finish? What do you mean? Arceus is amazing. What do you mean you have a life and you do other things outside of watch my content? I'll be like every other YouTuber. I'll just ask you for money the whole time, and then if you ever have any questions, I'll ignore you. I'll ignore the chat. That's what all the big YouTubers do, right? Yeah. And I'm definitely not here to have fun. Oh, perish the thought. I hate video games. Something stupid like 17 straight days of content. Yeah, actually, let's look it up right now. Well, we're chilling. I'll look it up right now. Let's see. Pokemon, no, that's Assassin's Creed. That's only gonna have 2 parts, which we will play tomorrow, by the way. My producer has told me that if I don't play Arceus tomorrow, armed men are gonna come in and personally shove a cactus up my ass. So unless I could fight off a literal army of muscular, strong, ripped, roided alpha male specimen men, I'm gonna have to play what's it called tomorrow. There's no hope for me. I'm doomed. All right. So there are 145 parts to Arceus, which is literally every time I have ever played the game. That totals to 434 hours, right? Let's round up because it's 54 minutes, right? So 435 divided by 24 for days. He's right. It's 18.125 days of Arceus. There is almost a whole month of Arceus content to watch on this channel. It might be the most streamed game next to Final Fantasy. 18 days. 18 days. You heard that right. Not 18 days. Oh, maybe I watch it in a couple minutes. No, literally. Like, actually, 18 days of Arceus content. This is why when I never play that game again, if anyone asks me, it's a permaban. For life. Damn, one shot. Just kidding. It's not a permaban. Pokemon and Final Fantasy define this channel, and I kind of fucking hate it, actually, because I wouldn't say either of them are my top 5 favorite video game franchises. Fuck. Damn it. Okay, I'm rusty at this. I have to see what the slow looks like. There you go. That was it. There you go. Okay. My quest to bankrupt you, Dragon Age Inquisition, all DLCs is $10 on Xbox. I'm not buying it. I don't know when I'm doing a Dragon Age playthrough. Gundam Otaku might join me. Final Fantasy X, 100% deathless. No, never. I could see some playthroughs being deathless. Wait, what was the name of this? I'll play 10 again. Maybe I should tell Ash. I'll play 10 again. Wood door to Undertow Cavern, hold your breath. Is that intentional by the game? You don't have to fight them all off, just capture one and do unspeakable things to him as a warning? Yeah, I'll TOS him in real life. Hold your breath. Well, this game does one thing right that Xenoblade doesn't. You could fight underwater. Whoa! Okay, that fish swimming at me, I thought that was a legitimate jump scare. That actually was good. That was good. It actually swam directly at the camera. That was kind of spooky. Look at that. Yeah, this is actually kind of chill. It's like the fish are a PNG over the game in the background. This is really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just letting everyone know. No, it doesn't go over the lockpick. The lockpick is rendered on a separate layer. Oh my god, look at this fucking thing. That is a hearty fish. But yeah, just letting everyone know, Oblivion will be moving from Friday. Friday, we're gonna, next Friday, not today. Next Friday, we're gonna start a brand new playthrough. It's not anything new or crazy, but we're gonna continue a series that I've been working on. You'll see next Friday. Blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Because I'm actually taking a break from Arceus. Like dead ass, I'm taking a break. Who am I fighting? Thank God for this detect life, because I would literally never know I was in trouble. Cheap wine. Okay. The thing about Dragon Age is cross-gen, but the DLCs are not. So if you want to play all of them, you have to get it on the 8th gen. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna play it all on the Series X. So I own all the Dragon Age games on Xbox, so that's what I'm gonna play them on the Xbox Series X. So hopefully that's good enough, and if not, then fuck it. Yeah, you know how it is. Listen, man, I would love nothing more than to get to 100,000 gamer score, guys. So, you know, all these games I have in my Xbox library, you already know I'm eager to play them, right? As long as there's no nudity or anything, right? I'll even maybe stream them, you know? I just have advanced notice that Dante's Inferno, I absolutely cannot stream. I mean, there was tits on level 1, like... Listen, I'm a boob man, but I can't get TOS'd over it, right? We all gotta pay the piper some other way, so this is what it is. Where's Narg? Because I was gonna play that Ume Masume game or whatever, the horse racing game. That could happen. I've been told really good things about it, so maybe I'll just waste my time and fuck around on that. So you have the 361 that does not have all the DLCs? I mean, well, what happens? Oh my god! Seeing this dude here scared the fuck out of me, man. How do you breathe underwater? It's muffled underwater. Yo, who's ever seen that? Only on a spray and pray playthrough do we do this. Okay. I loot you fully. There you go. You won't be needing those anymore, you know? What can I say? I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission to get all the loot in the world. I'm basically Wario. Which is another game I should play, is Wario World. That's like the only Wario game I've ever played. I don't like, you know, these weird mini games. I wish they had made another Wario game. Unfortunately, if they haven't made it, Wario World was a 2003 game. The year is 2025. I don't think we're getting a sequel to Wario World. Just saying. I think I can safely file that one away under not happening. And not even to get my hopes up and cope about it. There's some things in life worth coping over, and that is not one of them. I refuse. Yeah, I'll see about the Dragon Age stuff. I know you can't import your save like you can in, what's it called? Hey, Amelia! Welcome, welcome. It's going alright. I know it's not like Mass Effect where you can import, you know, a ton of saves or whatever, so... I'll figure that one out eventually. Oh, nice to meet you too. Very nice. Like, I've been joking about the Ume Masume thing. I don't know. Maybe if I'm really bored, I might try that. You never know. Actually, I lied. We're leaving. I've learned my lesson. We have to come in with empty pockets. How long have I been streaming on YouTube in general? When did YouTube streaming even start? 2018, 2017? I definitely know I started dual streaming a long time ago, because I started streaming on Twitch, obviously, back when you couldn't stream on YouTube. So, multiple years at this point. It's been a long time, for sure. I've definitely streamed on YouTube for the better part of half a decade, I want to say, because it's 2025. Yeah. So I've definitely been streaming on YouTube regularly, off and on. I've been streaming more over in the last 5 years than the years before that. Long enough. There's a bunch of playlists, right? You're on the channel, so you see all the stuff. You know how it is. There's a bunch of playlists and things. If you're curious, all the games I played and whatnot. Where's my castle? I really should have a special icon. You're asking something about DLCs. As far as I know, they didn't even make the DLCs for 7th gen. What? Oh. Well, if there's no crossing over of save data, it doesn't even matter. I'll just get the Xbox One version of Dragon Age Inquisition. Whatever, man. It ain't a big deal. All those points are going to go to the same thing anyway, so it's not a huge deal. I'm not going to be torn up about it. I'll be salty, but I won't be torn up. You know how it is. What is this again? The everything else? No! I need those. That would be a horrible mistake. Do we need Night Eye? Light? Dispel? Sorcery? Oh, we have 80 dude, this is 40 pounds of potions. Do you think we'll need 40 pounds of potions? Probably not. And we definitely don't need 50, or, you know, we don't need 50 bottles. There you go. 20 and 20 seems more than enough, and we'll find stuff too. Idea for playthroughs on channel: playing objectively terrible games with bad ratings or games you personally hate or hated playing. Call it something slop. What is it? I thought about Mind's Eye, but I don't want to pay 60 for it. No, I'm not looking for work samples though. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I'm not looking for any art or anything like that at the moment. I have all the art I need. Yeah, I'll get a slop playthroughs. I mean, isn't that just what the April Fools is? But then that's the crazy part, is that the April Fools ends up just being me finding games I think that are good, actually. Like last year was Cabela. This year was that Piglet game. So realistically, like, I don't know. I guess I really cherry pick, because I never end up actually like playing games I don't like. Yeah, I guess that is the definition of cherry picking, actually. Where's the armor again? Oh, it's in here. Okay. Or curse games that are so bad they're good. Basically, you're talking about Mind's Eye. That's pretty much this year's version of that. Maybe. If I'll snatch a copy later in the year. I'm not going to snatch it now. Next time they have like a big super sale or something, I'll snatch it. It's not a huge deal. I'm not going to do it now, though. You have to use this weird EA website to make a back. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Whatever I can do is whatever I end up doing. I'm not doing, if it's still up, maybe. I don't know why that's not built into the game. That just sounds stupid, but we'll figure it out. When the time comes, Gundam Otaku and I will figure it out. We'll mess around. You know us, we're resourceful. He'll know everything. We're gonna record actually in like an hour and a half whenever he's free, so it's no big rush. And then I'll get back to Death Stranding. This is a lead up to Dragon Age Veilguard, when I could get it for free. When Patrick Soderlund, or the CEO of EA, personally calls me and says, you know, you've shit on us in the past. I'm a huge masochist. I want you to play our latest game and laugh about it. Fuck. Damn. Got it. Okay. When you get paid to play it. Yeah, when we get remonetized in like 50 years. No, get out the way, Martin. What the fuck? I am really not moving that way. Ah, the healing went off too late. That's right. That's what I thought. Okay, very nice. Fallout New Vegas, no patches. If I could, maybe, yeah. And the game will just crash every 30 seconds. Because I'm playing KOTOR 2 and KOTOR 2 crashes. Or it doesn't crash, but it has a glitch where if you don't restart the game, it starts auto-skipping dialogue. So no matter what, every single time we play it, I have to quit it after an hour and then restart it no matter what. That's just a known bug with KOTOR 2. And the reason why it hasn't been fan patched is because it's a lot of work. They'd have to go through literally every single dialogue in the game and retime it correctly. So that way when the glitch happens, it correctly reads the timing, which I understand why they wouldn't do it. They're doing it for free anyway. So yeah, I get it. I totally understand why you wouldn't do that. Because Lord knows I wouldn't do it for free. And look, I'm not even trying to be mean. You know, like, I respect the fact that someone out there cared enough about this fucking game to do all this. But man, I would never. What the hell are we doing in here? Fallout New Vegas, no patches, bro. That's how you know they just don't even want to watch anything. Have you had the autosave glitch? Yes. I've had every glitch in KOTOR 2. We're not even maybe like a third of the way through the game. KOTOR 2 is definitely a game. I can only imagine why people are so annoyed. Like, I just started playing the game a couple weeks ago, and I'm already like, wow, what the fuck happened? You know, he shows up, you know, Gundam Otaku's been playing it forever. Imagine being someone who played it in 2000, whatever, 2004. And you're like, what the fuck happened to this game? They ruined it. It's awful. It is. It's awful. They fucked it all up. You know, you're thinking you're going to get the quality and polish of the first game, and you get like an interesting intro, sure, and a couple cool changes, but man, it's all fucked up. Like it's one of those things, like when you make a game, you can't cut that kind of corner, you know, especially not on your second game. It just seems like Obsidian are just forever cursed. Fucked it up how? The game is full of bugs. It's unfinished. It's unfinished and unpolished. Everywhere I read, or everything I read when I was installing all kinds of patches, the game is just unfinished. They never got to do all the stuff they wanted to, so there's cut content. They were allegedly going to put it in the Switch version, but then apparently that didn't happen, and that's why people were mad about it. They're like, wow, so you promised us the Switch version would be like this perfect, you know, version of the game, and then that never happened, and then the Switch version is just like this incomplete. It's just a very glitchy game. It crashes a lot, has tons of bugs, tons of issues, tons of problems, and it was never fixed. They never re-released it officially, and you know, it sucks. You want this big epic Star Wars RPG like the first game, and then what you get is like run down, you know, they didn't care enough. It's just sad. As someone who's lived through a lot of games like that, you feel bad. You're like, damn, imagine if this game had all the time and effort put into it. It could have been a severe banger. But, you know, some exec was like, well, we need it out now. We can't delay it. I promised the shareholders. And so now we get slop. We actually get like a half-finished, like, diamond in the rough. Can't even make like a necklace out of it, you know? Sucks. Sucks when a series you love gets backroom shafted over who knows what. Oh, it's on Xbox? I had another glitch. I had another bug involving autosaves. I had to quit the game. Like Overwatch 2, they create a mode purely for story and then they canceled it. Yeah. So they force everyone to update Overwatch to Overwatch 2, which is whatever. It's just a name change, I guess. It's not a huge deal. You know, they wanted to have like this relaunch of it or whatever to try to keep it revitalized. I get that, right? It makes sense. But then they say, oh, well, we're going to finally put in that PvE mode we've been talking about. And the thing to learn about Blizzard, and this is why when, you know, I'm frequently on the 14 side of things in this debate. But the thing about Blizzard is they'll say they're going to do something and then they won't, or they'll half-ass it and then they'll drop it. So, and that's a lot of game companies, right? I'm sure you could point that out with Square as well. I don't know why this dude came running the fuck down. Fucking World of Warcraft player over here. But, you know, that's why you see it happen with Overwatch. Like, Overwatch had all the momentum, all the love, all the amnesty in the fucking world. You know, like, entire legions of people got behind Overwatch for tons of different reasons. Whether it was casual play, whether it was hardcore play. But the one thing it never had was that signature Blizzard story mode. That, you know, if you play a Blizzard game, you always get that nice, juicy, meaty, thick story mode, complete with tons of characters, cool cinematics. That's like one of my favorite things. Kept up on the story of that. Major changes. Most people it changes to something way worse. What, Overwatch 2 or KOTOR? Because I remember they promised the story mode and then they canceled it. That was like one of the biggest, but it wasn't even like a huge like plot reveal. I was like, yeah, let's see it when it comes out, and it never came out. I think they promised it in Overwatch 1 though, and then they were like, oh, it's such a big update, we need Overwatch 2. And now they have done some good things with Overwatch 2, but you know, it's got a bad taste in its mouth. Yeah, they changed it from a 6v6 to a 5v5. I don't know why they did that. They're not good at balancing 5v5 anyway. So you might as well keep the game a 6v6 because the 5v5 is not any more balanced. It's pretty ass, actually. I watch my friends play it all the time. They play Overwatch, I don't. They did rework a lot of heroes, which some of the reworks I like. You know, like some of the reworks make sense. You know, like for example, Symmetra is no longer a healer. Symmetra is a damage dealer, which makes sense. They reworked a lot of characters to actually be kind of usable in situations as opposed to being one tricks or one off or only played on certain maps. That's good, right? You want these characters to not only be picked like on defense on one map on one specific mode. Well, every map is its own mode. You know, there's categories of maps, but you know, like it makes more sense. But that's the thing, like sometimes like it's an optimization issue where like players only want to play the super optimal strategies. And then sometimes it's just they just don't balance, and Blizzard just doesn't balance. I could tell you from years of playing Warcraft, they don't balance. They don't even really check to see if stuff is really viable. Whereas at least in 14 and other games, things are viable. You can use it, and I've never once had anyone tell me what you're playing is not viable, so change it. So I remember distinctly people telling you, and wow, why are you playing this? Respec. Hey, that's a community thing. But yeah, like that's why I'm not really surprised by the Overwatch situation, because I've watched basically every Blizzard game that's not StarCraft go through this same exact problem and dilemma. And they, you know, Blizzard has a very, very, very hands-off approach about a lot of things. They will intentionally not involve themselves in tons of issues. It's just, I guess, because they just don't care, to be completely honest with you. They don't care. They're not going to fix it. To them, it's not broken. Save would hard crash the game if you had an autosave when you load into the boss fight on the planet where you get Bowdur. I don't know who that is, so that's coming up. Even hard crash the Xbox once. I can't remember the last time I hard crashed my Xbox. Like, I played tons of fucked up games, and I feel like I haven't had an Xbox, like, serious lockup ever. So maybe I'm lucky. I never got red ringed. To be fair, I didn't have a launch Xbox, so You could argue that that's like a huge component of it, which is my understanding. But I never got red ringed, and my Xbox was a 2008 Xbox. Circuit City. Right before they went out of business, I bought my Xbox from them. And I got Halo 3. And like, I remember the order of games I got for my Xbox. Halo 3, then Tales of Vesperia, then the Orange Box. I have to look. I don't really remember the fourth game, but I remember I got Afro Samurai and Call of Duty 4 almost on the same day. Kids will never understand, man. Like what Star Citizen, I know enough. Let's not say enough. I know a fair bit of Star Citizen. I watched the Frederick Knudsen video a long time ago. Now, granted, that video was made in like 2016, 2018, maybe. I forget exactly when it was made. Probably 2018. So I don't remember every little detail about it. But yeah, I'm familiar with it, that it hasn't really come out, right? Like that's kind of a big deal, don't you think? They're supposed to have this, like, a bunch of other things. You could buy ships, but the game wasn't out. Like, there's some things about it I kind of remember, but no, I'm not very informed on it. Because I don't... This is going to sound crazy coming from a dude who routinely played Mass Effect. Look at this. Invisible fucking walls, dude. I'm actually getting pushed by the map boundary. Okay. But, I don't really like space games. And look, I know I play Mass Effect, right? Maybe what'll happen is I'll play Mass Effect on Insanity. Well, where the fuck are you? That'll be fun. Not. I already beat Mass Effect 1 on Insanity. Mass Effect 1 on Insanity is easy because you can just New Game Plus till you get all the gear. Mass Effect 2 on Insanity you have to do on a new game. You can import, but you have to do it on a new game. I think the game gets harder if you do New Game Plus. And last thing you want to do, I've done it. I did it many years ago. I probably still have the saves if I were to put it into my Xbox. But that's the thing, is like I'd have to put it into my Xbox. Probably should have written a guide for half of this shit, honestly. That was a huge mistake on my part. I should have written a guide. It didn't occur to me back then. I was just kind of going by ear. I just picked a mission and tried it till I won. And very few missions were actually really tough. Like, once you get later in the game, tech armor is just broken in Mass Effect 2. It's pretty fucking easy. Alright, here's Border Watch. Spore? I've never played Spore. You know what? He brings up a good point. I've never played Spore. Put it on the list of games to get. What was the other two games I wanted to get again that I'm totally blanking on right now? I can't remember. Started with an A. The fuck? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember. It wasn't, I didn't mention it in this stream. It was from something else. I can't remember. Man, this game chops the fuck up, dude. Oh! My shit is broken. Bullshit. Everything you have breaks instantly in this game. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, it's easy to make money in this fucking game. Look at this. What? What is he dead from? Damn, we're gonna be rich. Ah! Wait, what's propping his body up? You see this shit? What the hell happened here? Only in a Bethesda game do you get something this interesting. Holy. Okay, death. What? I'm paralyzed.
You'll never take me down.
I mastered hand-to-hand punching out my teammate. That's like friendly fire to the 1 billionth degree. I knocked out a story critical NPC and leveled up hand-to-hand. That's hilarious. Well, we're done. We mastered it. Rank 100. Kill your best friend like an Uchiha. Yep. You love it. I love it. You love to see it. This game is great. There will never be another game like this. Not even Skyrim is this good. He's unconscious again. Please stop breaking my fucking gear. Like, actually, dude. You're not gonna kill me. What the fuck? Backhand! Oh my god! Oh! Take that bow. I'll take all your loot. Okay. No! Fuck! Awful. I'm exactly at 520. That's actually really hilarious. Alright. Funny thing about Star Citizen was that a friend of mine was telling me about it and praising it long before. Yeah, same. I had another friend. Yeah, I had the exact same experience. But if I've ever been good at one thing, I could smell shit a mile away. There was just something about it, even then, that I thought was suspicious. It was like my first introduction, I think, to crowdfunding a game. And my first thought was, well, wait a minute, how do we know that they're actually going to crowdfund? Who the fuck is nearby? How do we know if they're actually going to crowdfund the game? Like, what does that even mean? What does that even entail? So that's the first thing I thought. Years ago. Like, I'm literally talking years ago. I was like, wait, crowdfund? How the fuck? Like, people are going to pay for the game that they're then going to play? And, like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, right? Like, some of the most, you know, there's plenty of games that came out, and even if they weren't the best, they were crowdfunded. There's nothing wrong with it, but in my mind, you know, I pay for finished products. Sometimes I buy early access, which is effectively kind of the same thing, but, you know, I don't know. It just wasn't my type of game. So yeah, I bought a couple early access games, and I sometimes have regretted it, actually. There have been times like BattleBit Theater. Remember when that was like Game of the Year last year? Here we go. Bro got the Coomer hairstyle. No, come on! What is he doing? Huh? Damn, he's got good shit. Alright, can he be here in like a minute when I teleport back, please? Like, actually, can he not disappear? In fact, is there something I could put stuff in? No, I'm hoping he's gonna be here. He'll probably be here. Alright, we're going up. No, not Battle Block Theater, BattleBit. It's like the Roblox game that it was like Battlefield. Yeah, it was a huge thing on Steam. Tons of people played it, tons of people loved it, and then out of nowhere, they just never updated it again. Population died, game is over. BattleBit, B-I-T, BattleBit. It was like a Roblox-style Battlefield game, and I was like, dude, they have everything they need. They have community support. They have people are loving this game. They're saying how great it is to play like OG Battlefield, right? You know, we're all, you know, talking the usual points. EA is fumbled, right? Like, here comes these dudes, you know, they're showing us how it's done, right? All that stuff. And then they just drop the fucking ball. Like, they just never update it again. They don't add any new maps. I don't know what really happened with all of it, because I kind of didn't... I paid very loose attention to it, but it, you know, it sucks. I went to look a few months ago. I was like, dude, the game is dead. I was like shocked. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, Battle Block is fine. I remember playing one of those games back in the day with like Sean and shit. That was a long time ago. I'd be surprised. Sean will remember who I am, but you know, we haven't. He's off doing his thing. I don't really have a way to contact him, which is fair. There you go. Dude, this helmet breaks instantly, man. Seriously. What's even on this helmet? Because this helmet just breaks instantly now. It's ridiculous. Detect life. So if I could put detect life on another helmet, I'm changing this helmet. Because there's nothing really special about it, I don't think. We just need a helmet that has a ranking of 7 or better. And then I'll change it. But, you know, that'll never happen. Very nice. We picked up, like, something else. I don't even know what. What? What happened to the dog? What the fuck? How did the dog die?
Well met.
Okay, well, he's not mad at me. How the fuck did the dog die? What? That's the one thing about these games. Weird shit'll happen and you'll have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Like, I didn't kill the dog. Yeah, but charging money for in-game ships and the game isn't even out is kind of devious. Like, I think you can only really have a cash shop once your game actually works and is out. And look, I'm gonna be completely fair. I think it's totally fair to ask that they have, you know, like if a game wants a cash shop, you know, I don't see a problem with it. That's why when people are like, look at what they're doing on the cash shop in World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, I'm like, I don't care, then just don't buy it. Like, yeah, they might be diverting resources. We don't know where or who or what, but like, I don't care. I just don't buy it at all. Like, I bought a minion, so I guess, okay, let me not make absolutionist statements, but like, I bought, what, 2 things? Like, it's just, there's all this shit that's like 40 bucks for armor. I don't even bother. I buy even less on World of Warcraft. I don't think I've ever bought anything from the WoW cash shop. Seriously. Everything I have, I've earned on 14 at least. Was that the dog in the cave I punched? How did it follow me home? Who knows? I have no idea. It keeps saying I'm over encumbered, by the way. You see that? What the hell? Bandits are fighting. What is going on? It's like all the messages were delayed. That's really weird. What the fuck? Well, Martin seems eager to fight him, so I don't know what the hell's going on. What is happening right now? Who the fuck is this guy? Oh! Very nice. Honestly, I actually like the lockpicking in Oblivion better. Like, it's a little bit harder if you have low resources, right? And or low skill. But like the more, oh my god, there's no way we're already over encumbered. Are you fucking kidding me? What did I even pick up? Oh, I mean, this would explain a lot. It's oh, fucking hell. Jupiter Nexus, the Jupiter incident, never heard of it. You gotta tell me what consoles and systems it's on, because if it's on a certain like old system, I probably can't play it ever. You actually get better at the lockpicking by learning it. Yeah, that's actually exactly 100% what it means. You get better by actually gaining experience doing it. Oh, Lord. He's right. Unlike in, you know, Fallout 4, where even at the end of the game, I have to guess where the fucking sweet spot is, and your skill only makes the sweet spot bigger. Here, you actually get better at recognizing the pattern and then interacting with it, you know, properly. That is actually true. Wait, what the fuck do I have equipped? God damn it. Shit. Yeah, I don't hate the other one. Like, I just like that this one, at first it looks harder, and I think the speechcraft in Oblivion is way ridiculous. But, like, it is an engaging system. I actually kind of enjoy it. Oh, fuck, I can't carry anything. Shit. £18. Okay, that's exact. I can't be exact. I have to literally lose another pound. Me on a diet? There you go. All right, let's get out of here. We'll come back and loot. Yo, we have to go even deeper. We're gonna have to make like 3 trips. I have no idea what anyone is talking about it being difficult. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't understand it when I first played it. You have the wheel and you have to spin the fucking wheel. It didn't even make sense. I get it that everyone has like a certain style that they like talking to, and you need to get the most bars in it to have a net positive. I don't know. I didn't like it. Also, Oblivion was kind of jarring to me with these fucking faces. I'm just going to be completely honest. I may have been a little bit... You know, it's funny. I may have graphics hoard this a little bit and been like, I get this game is significant, but man, what the fuck am I looking at? You know, like I came from Warcraft. And I'm like, what is wrong with the elves in Oblivion? Like, you look at the elves in this game, they look fucking disgusting, dude. You look at some of the night elves in Warcraft or the blood elves, some of the coolest characters in all of fiction for me are from Warcraft, which is why I feel how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying. That's why everyone I know that talks about Warcraft, everyone, even Alliance players, are like, what they did to Sylvanas was disgusting. Absolutely. I have a Daedric helmet. Is there a Daedric helmet? Oh, fuck. Boots. No, I don't have one. Well, we have this. I mean, we could wear the full ebony set if I could put enchant life on it. If nothing else. Trying to get that fashion souls. Or fashion Oblivion. Yeah, it's spinning the wheel. I don't find it fun. I get the system. I just don't enjoy the system. Rock Milk Cave, by the way. Milk.
Need milk.
Yeah, I love the lockpicking though. Oh my god, dude! How many people are in this fucking cave? Ridiculous. Oh, you didn't hear me kill all your friends like halfway down the fucking hallway? Like what is happening? Okay. Crumble them like paper. Okay. I think that's it. The Clown Car Cavern. No, that's fair. I know there's a lot of systems and other games that people struggle with that I immediately click to, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's like, for example, I love the systems in Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2 is a generic third-person shooter. There's no more, there's no, all the interesting tidbits got filtered out so they could make it for normies, and I hated it. I was like, wow, this is the game that everyone says is like the best fucking game ever. You can't even really like have builds. There's like no builds in Mass Effect 2. You just can't. There's no variety. You just equip armor. And then that's it. Whoops. Mace of Feeding. Okay. We're gonna have to drop... Let's just drop both claymores. And needless to say, I didn't like Mass Effect 3 because of it. I mean, among other things, right? But yeah, needless to say, I didn't like Mass Effect 2 because they fucking butchered it. Looking forward to Outer Worlds 2 because they said they plan to make it a more hardcore RPG. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, I never played Outer Worlds 1, so that should go on the list of games that I'll play. You know, maybe I should do that instead of playing, like, the older Fallouts. I'm imagining that once Fallout Season 2 is, like, fully confirmed, we'll get a Fallout 3 or New Vegas remaster, maybe, right? I feel like they're going to want to cash in on that, especially seeing how well this did out of nowhere with literally no fucking news. Yeah, I think they're going to want to do that. So maybe I'll wait on that, and I could play Outer Worlds 1. I never played it. So I bought it, never played it. This is the weapons. What does this do? How do I look at it? Glass dagger? What are you talking about? Absorb health on strike. Yeah, but then it weighs 39 pounds. I could just heal. We're definitely in the end game. When an item like that, if it showed up ages ago, probably would have dictated my playstyle for multiple hours. Yeah, it's too late. It's not gonna do anything for me. What we need to do is we need to find a Daedric helmet, but maybe they don't have Daedric helmets. I don't know enough about the lore of Elder Scrolls. Oh, a 3 remastered is on, says the leaks. You're whispering sweet nothings. Yeah, could you imagine Fallout 3 looking like this? I know I'm not seeing Devin for like a straight month, but it's totally understandable. He's gonna come back, dude, they changed everything, but at the same time, they changed nothing. And somehow that becomes a positive thing in current year. That's probably my favorite meme ever. It's like, dude, they literally didn't change anything. It's perfect. It's just like I remembered. They didn't patch anything. They literally just updated the graphics. Which, that's kind of my favorite thing, actually, is like, wow, they changed nothing. It's exactly like my childhood. Just like the simulations. Like, real shit.
This is a grand day. Greetings.
Okay, yeah, Nash doesn't have to trade Pokemon games with me right now. I totally get, I get that. You're gonna see me multiple times, or multiple weeks at times, depending on what games you're playing and whether or not I'm playing any games. Yeah, I get that. I get it. If the only thing I play is Arceus, which is exactly why I'm sending Arceus back to the pit of hell from whence it came. If all I'm playing is Arceus and Final Fantasy, I totally understand. But that's why we need to diversify. So, I'm ready for you to get out of my face. God damn. I'm ready for Shadows tomorrow. Now, I will say, we are turning it to easy. We're just bulldozing the story. I don't give a fuck. I have to remember how to play the fucking game anyway. Might be one of the worst fucking things I've ever done in my life. I'm on fire? Well, of course, I'm hot. Oh, that's how we lose them. Okay. Oh no! Okay, we'll get him later. Or maybe we'll just get it now, whatever. Very nice. Could you not stab me in the back? I'm looting. I'm looting in combat. You piece of shit. Right? Are Marauders our friends? I don't think they are, right? Are we just watching like a bandit civil war? Like, what is going on here, man? Yeah, a little bit. Tired of your bullshit. Oh my god, that was like a straight punch to the face. Oh shit, hi.
Fight fire with fire.
Damn, sometimes you just have a really short range. Damn, the bandits and bandits around here have a lot of shit, man. I mean, really think about that, though. All the bandits in here have, like, some of the best loot in the game. They are completely stacked. And then what we'll do is we'll swing around to the story eventually. TM. Only carry another 100 pounds of shit. What's even down here? Pumpkin! Ebony mace. Hi. What am I supposed to do with the dog? I'm getting glitched. I don't know. There must be a quest associated with this. So now I've already cleared out the entire quest. It doesn't exist anymore. Like, all the dudes here are probably, like, I guess trying to team up. It'll be like if Team Aqua and Team Magma teamed up. Alright, I definitely don't have enough room right now. We have, what, 24 pounds? 15, that's 23. Yep, there you go. Alright, how the fuck do I get out of here? Very nice. Oh, okay. Oblivion's a game. I'm gonna run this down somewhere and get like the biggest payday ever. It's a shame that there's no perks to like let you fast travel while being over encumbered. That's what made Fallout 4 water farming so fun. It really does. I love that. I know it's a very, you know, not pressing, not hardcore style of play, but I actually enjoy like getting money systems like that up and running. Something about a game being your favorite and being something that you would happily farm whenever you can is like one of my favorite parts of gaming. whether it's via doing missions over and over or just doing caves. As you can see, there's tons of caves and locations in this game. That's one of my favorite parts about these types of games. You feel like you're part of the world. Ironically, it's destructive because inevitably you'll run out. You'll either get too much money and money won't matter, a la Mass Effect or Tactics Advance, or you'll run out of things to do. And then it'll be like, well, shit, what am I supposed to do now? The world is over. I've ended the world. Nothing's left. It's a sad feeling. So a lot of you probably didn't watch the playthrough I did ages ago on Kingdoms of Amalur, but that's how I felt ending Kingdoms of Amalur. After getting so immersed in the world for so long, one day it just ended and there was nothing else left to do. It sucked, actually. I felt really bad. I was like, dude, this has been like a constant go-to game for multiple months, and now it's done. What did I put away again? Shit. I think it was the Ring of Light. I wasn't looking. This is why I wish you could lock items, but, you know, no, that's a Division thing. Yeah, Grand Ring of Light. Just in case. You never know if we need it. I have 10 fingers. I can only wear rings on 2. If you had 2 years for the COVID, it was dead on. Plus or minus 6 months puts Fallout 3 in 2026. Yeah, but when is that new season coming out? You think that they might want to push it up for that, right? So they could really capitalize on it? Because if it's not out by like 2026, I want to kind of play it I want to play it in 2026. But that's the last thing I want to do is play Fallout 3 for the channel, and then 5 minutes later they announce the remaster. Because at least I've never played Oblivion, and they did do some changes to this game, which is nice. And I actually was having a moderately heated discussion about this game today, and one of the things I was saying was like, well, no, this is not a remake, it's a remaster. It's literally in the title. But they did change a lot about this game. To be fair, they did change a fair amount. They added a couple things, whatever, but it is pretty much a remaster. They even say it themselves. They sold it as a remaster. It's in the title. But yeah, they did change a lot, and I would like them to do more of that. I mean, for Fallout 3, it's mostly just fixing glitches. Like, I can't really think of things that they could add to Fallout 3 unless it's like true ADS and things like that. Like, that would be like one of the biggest things I think that they could put in is like true ADS, like what New Vegas has, and a couple other things similar to that. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Or is this shock? Okay, who cares? Borosilicate. Okay. Dude, it's 52 pounds for the ebony armor. That's insane. Alright, we're still good. Premiere early December, announced Fallout 3 Remaster just in time for Christmas. Yeah, literally. Now, I don't know where they are with finishing it. Maybe they're nowhere near close. But definitely that 1 to 2 month period after the Fallout show comes out, which I'm not watching, by the way, but like that 1 to 2 month period would be like striking while the iron is piping hot, you know? Easy cash money right there. Easily. They can make a fuck ton of money doing effectively very little because the game is already done. They just need to convert in. And since they've already done this isn't that far off from Fallout anyway. They use Fallout 4 as a base, it could be nuts. I don't think they'll do that. I mean, this doesn't use Skyrim as a base. As long as you walk outside of Megaton, find a hollow rock, grab my early... Yeah, and change nothing. Change nothing. Like, maybe, you know, fix some game-breaking bugs, I guess. No one wants game-breaking bugs in their game. But outside of that, change fucking nothing. You know how it is. The irony. Yeah, I would love them to remake this game. I want them to leave it exactly as it came. Ironically, I want them to remake this game I love, but change nothing about it. I mean, that's kind of funny when you really think about it. I'm not even mad at people for it, man. We all know exactly how that feels. Who the fuck are you? Right in the face. Punch. Punch. Pregnant cow doesn't even swing. He doesn't over encumber me. Very nice. Yeah, sometimes a fresh coat of paint and a little bit of tweaking, and then it's basically perfect. Like, well, welcome to the grand 2020s. Let's just play perfect versions of the games that we had 20 years ago because everything new they make sucks. That's a fantastic idea. Shit, Goraf Shrine. Have we been here before? No. Yeah, like I say this all the time about some of my favorite games. All they need is just a couple tweaks, change a couple things, they'd be perfect. Change a couple things, you know, basically no missables is like 99% of what I talk about. Like imagine if a game I like had no missables, they would be perfect. You could just farm it. Why the hell did that person come in earlier and try to shield their services? I mean, they're asking. I'll be fair, you know, they go around low level, you know, low small streamers where they know they could get their message across. I'm just not interested, you know. It's all good. I mean, you know, like I get it if it's legit, which I think it is. I appreciate it, right? Like it's cool that people, you know, are at least willing to try to come in and talk about it. But I don't have the. I don't really need anything more at this point. As long as I could still take his pistol. Oh yeah, you could get that. I think I forget how. Is it at the beginning of the game or at the middle of the game? You have to like clip into the wall, I think. I feel like someone showed me a video about that. Right? You can like clip into it and like pickpocket it or something off of them. It's not a weapon you can normally get either, which means that if you don't get it in your playthrough, you can't get it. It's like that one staff in Skyrim you told me to grab. You go into third person, turn around, it clips you slightly, you could loot his body, yeah. And you could take his weapon. Now, I wasn't doing all that back in the day. Fort Irony? What? Look at this. Just chilling. What is he even doing? Yeah, what we really need is Daggerfall made to scale. You know, we talk about games getting scaled down. Let's get Daggerfall made to scale. You will never accomplish fucking anything in that game. Could you imagine? That's like Starfield, actually. That's really just Starfield. That was the one thing I said about Starfield, is like it wasn't really meaningful to land on like any of these planets. It's just too much shit to do. Ironically, that's pretty much what Daggerfall felt like when I played it ages ago. I was like, you can't, what am I even supposed to do? Like, you have to travel and all sorts of stuff. They definitely changed. I could definitely see if someone was like, they casualized Elder Scrolls. Yeah, they really kind of did. I think it worked out though, because some of those things, you know, like real life and timing and stuff should be a mode, I feel. It shouldn't be anything, unless it's like Dead Rising. I think Dead Rising does it pretty fairly. I like Dead Rising because of that. The problem with Dead Rising is it's a lot of trial and error. Resist magic, 13%, but it's light armor, so who gives a fuck? Kind of have to know how to play Dead Rising. It's not impossible to beat the game on a new game run. It's just very difficult, and they definitely have systems where if you don't, it's not a huge deal. And I totally understand why. I mean, like, some of those fights are really fucking annoying, man. I remember getting completely mogged by the guys that drive around in the courtyard. I had no fucking idea. I was like, what are you talking about? There's dudes running around prison, and then, you know, they're prisoners, but then they start playing what's that song in Dead Rising? He ain't my boy, but the brother is heavy. Gave away my possessions and moved into a Chevy van. That's the master play. Gone Guru. They start playing Gone Guru. I love that song. That's one of those songs that plays and I know I'm about to get my ass kicked. That started playing, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Well, he ain't my boy, but the brother is heavy. I don't even know what genre that would be. Rock? Gone Guru. Alright, time to be Goblin Slayer again. Cool part, the game guide says his 10 millimeters meant to be in his room. Okay, if they fix that, I wouldn't be upset. You know how it is. That feels like an oversight, like they were supposed to have him drop it in his room or spawn it there, and they never did. What the fuck? Bro, I walked through the door like what is this, a Looney Tunes skit? What? He has nothing on him. What bullshit? A roasted rat. As long as I could blow a brain wrong, I actually miss. No, I fucking no. I would prefer, even if they just spawn it in a chest outside, I would prefer if they didn't make it missable. Hate that shit. You play the game. You're not looking up a guide. You're not humping a guide the whole time. Oh, you didn't know that the bobblehead was in Raven Rock? Oh, your save file's fucked. Ha ha ha. You didn't know you had to grab the medicine bobblehead from the doctor's lab as a kid, or during the escape, or during welcome, what is it, danger on the home front or whatever, trouble on the home front? Oh, you poor thing, you could never do it. Ha 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 ha. That was probably one of the key contributing factors that made me kind of stop playing, because I was like, oh, so I just can't get every bobblehead. Because I'm on console, so there's no, funnily enough, there's no console. I can't just spawn it in and just claim it and be like, whatever, I would have grabbed it, but this game is stupid. No, the game is stupid and there's no way around it. So, oh well, that's the end. Why do these things sound like hunters from Resident Evil? I can't be the only person that hears that if you know what a hunter sounds like. Narg would. Okay. He drops the 9mm in the rotunda, so how is his gun case back home? Yeah, because he's still around. He has a gun case at his base. He just, I guess, never, he picks up his gun, or he just never puts it back in the case. It sucks. It's the perfect example of, like, here's something cool that they probably intended and they just forgot, or something else, you know? Not even mad at it, you know, I'm not mad or whatever about it. It just sucks that you have to do weird clipping and shit to get it when it's obvious they probably meant for you to break into his room and take it. The rocket launcher schematic behind the 21-7. Yeah, I forgot that. You know, it's been long enough. I haven't played Fallout 3. I think it's one of those things. I don't remember all these little minute things that Vault Dweller, Paladin of the Boss, and Liberty Prime all told me. I used to have 3 friends who loved Fallout. I haven't spoken to most of them in years, unfortunately. One of them hates me, the other moved away, but the other 2 are actually married or engaged. So they moved on. You know, I gotta respect that. They are all my good friends, even though I'm kind of mad at one of them. At the end of the day, some of the memories we made, they still have value to me. I won't say that they don't have value to, you know, I can't speak for them, but some of the memories I made with these dudes, chilling, shooting the shit, and yeah, sometimes even arguing, it was good. I thought it was 21-7. Wasn't there a 7 in it, or is this another code that I'm misremembering? No, you know what? If Devin says it, he's probably right. I like that there is, and without kind of going too in depth, I like that there actually is a bad ending to Fallout 3. Multiple ways, actually, you could get a bad ending. I kind of like that. It doesn't feel shoehorned in, and you could just reload and try something new. It's not like one of those endings where it's like, ha ha, you missed the one QTE. Ha ha. I guess you could say it is a QT a little bit. There you go. Yeah, it just proves that, like, my memory for certain things is starting to go finally. Like, after many, many years of not playing Fallout 3, I don't remember all these things. I just don't. Some things I remember from my childhood, some things I could tell you, right? Like memories and things like that. But, you know, now we're talking about stuff that almost happened 20 years ago. I don't really remember what I did in Fallout 3 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was still in... Damn. 20 years ago, I was still in high school. If we have to say it. No. No, not 20 years ago. Oh my god. 15 years ago. Jesus. Not yet. Not yet. It's coming, though. It's really close, actually. I had Fallout 3, I think, in 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. Oh, that must have been one of the early 360 games I bought. Yeah, because I had to buy it multiple times, because every time I got a copy of it, it didn't work. Yeah, I remember now. Oh my god. And I kept having to go to GameStop and tell them, like, no, this copy doesn't work. Can I get another one? This is a long time ago, as you can imagine. That shit was expensive too, man. I paid like $56. What the fuck is happening to him? Okay. Make him fucking keel over. Literally. There you go. See? Easy. Who here played Halo ODST? We did, or I did, ages ago. I did a playthrough on it not that long ago. Well, I guess 2, 3, 4 years ago. Whenever we did the Halo full series, like, anthology. We played all the Halo games. I could load up a game of Fallout 3 right now, walk my level 1 ass to Rivet City without even thinking about it. Yeah, same. Some of those things, yeah, I could do that. Like, Mass Effect is unfortunately not as open-ended, but some things about Mass Effect 1, I could be speedrunning damn near. Well, obviously not like speed running, but, you know, I could find my way through Mass Effect 1 at light speed. Because I played that game so much. But really, unfortunately, Mass Effect kind of just ends up being linear after a point if you want to do all the best stuff. Even on a new game run, it kind of sucks. That's why I stopped playing Mass Effect 1, because eventually you hit 9,999,999 money, you hit 999 Omnigel. Basically everything in the game becomes one Paragon choice away from being done perfectly. So that's why I kind of stopped playing Mass Effect. It wasn't because I hated it or anything. I got to this point where I was like, damn, I know everything about the game. Like, at this point, I'm just running through it just to run through it because it's familiar. And don't get me wrong, I love Mass Effect 1. One of my favorite games of all time. But there comes a time when you've just played it so much, it's like... It's sad. It's sad because you will never experience it again that same way. And that's what I realized when I got older. I was like, you know, all these games I love so much, I will never play them again as if they were new for the first time. And that might be the most heartbreaking realization you can have. It's like the ultimate expression of love that you know them so much. and then you realize like I will never be able to go in and boot up like Spyro 3. You know, I remember buying Spyro 3. I remember exactly the day we got Spyro 3. I remember that to a fucking T. When we got Spyro 3, we went to Costco, and it was out. They used to have games at Costco in the front, and then they changed it, and now Costco doesn't even sell games. They used to have games out in the front. I saw it. I black labeled Spyro 3. I was like, oh my god, another Spyro game. You know, I was like 5. That's not exactly the total translation, but you know, I was like, oh mom, can we get it? And my mom was nice. She let me get it. Probably did well in kindergarten or something. That's how long ago this was. I'll never forget that day, because I remember that was like my first time being super happy, because I was like, oh my god, like you've discovered there's this new game in this series you love. Mind you, I only owned like 4 games at that point, but I'll never forget that day. To my mom, she doesn't remember this, obviously, but to me it was like mind fucking blowing. They just had this thing I want out in front. You know, it means something to me. It's like I'll never play that game again fresh, even after the Reignited. Like, I'll never play it fresh again like I was when I was 5, so I don't know. Shit sucks. And now I'm starting to have it with games that I was old enough to remember playing when I was a teen. It's like every so often it might be good to like dick around and go back to something a little older, but you'll never get that same experience. And that's what I found out with World of Warcraft Classic. I'll never have that experience again of playing WoW Classic again. Unfortunately. The only difference really that happens here is like, because all this stuff is recorded, technically someday in the future I could rewatch all my stuff. Some of my first experiences with a game. You know, it just sucks that I started at 14 instead of, and this is gonna sound wrong and bad, it sucks that I started at 14 instead of 4. And like, obviously at 4 you're in no state to make commentary, but you know, just being able to make that kind of fun first time experience would be like life altering, seriously. Martin, you just get in the way, bro. Like, I appreciate you taking aggro for a bit, but you kind of just get in the way, dude. Bone meal, ice storm. Okay. Also missing. Yeah, there's also a little bit of childhood wonder because you just haven't been exposed to a billion things. That is true. There is a little bit of rose-tinted glasses there, right? Like you're dressing it up a little bit nicer than it actually was, right? You know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it was never good or whatever. Fuck, I can't hit it. Okay, whatever. He's not wrong. We're definitely embellishing a lot of things. But there was that degree of like, oh, you know, just every game felt like something new and fresh and different. You know, you pick up Pikmin, it plays nothing like Mario Sunshine, which plays nothing like Smash Bros, which is in and of itself a fucking history lesson, which is nothing like Metroid Prime, which is nothing like almost any of these other games I played as a kid. Yeah, I cherish all my memories of those games, man. That's the only real reason I would love for it to be a playthrough, is so I could watch it again like childhood footage, you know? Like, you ever watch like baby videos or something? You're just like, damn, things were just mind blown that you could even code this in a game. I made it, fuck you. Someone actually put this to paper, you know, like they're writing a novel, an epic. It's like when I played GTA 4. I hated GTA 4's gameplay, but I love the story. I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. San Andreas kind of hit me the same way a little bit. I like Vice City. I like San Andreas because I think CJ is, you know, kind of relatable. He's all right. I don't hate him. He's definitely up there for me, though. Oh my god, what is going on? Some of those experiences are in real playthroughs I've done. So like Darksiders 2, Darksiders 1 I played by myself. Darksiders 2, that playthrough was my first experience. I think it was my first RPG, and I've been obsessed with RPG since. Yeah, that's how I felt about Mass Effect. Mass Effect was my first like Western RPG that I really, really loved. Because I played Oblivion first, and I didn't like it very much, but I loved Mass Effect. You remember in ODST, the UNSC are fascists? I remember seeing that a guy did a deep dive. That artwork, that is not in the artwork for the game. No, I do not remember that. To be fair, in 2009, I don't think people would have cared that much on either end of the spectrum. So it kind of would have just slipped under the radar or slipped over the radar, depending how you want to look at it. UNSC, sorry. Well, honestly, the F word is probably going to get censored by YouTube anyway, so you're probably better off just removing a vowel out of every slightly spicy word that you plan to type. Sometimes you might have to remove 2. Yeah, it's fascist, not fascist. Remember that. It's not fascist. Now, what was I saying again? Yeah, I don't know. You remember your first game in a genre, I think. And then you never forget about it because it's the first time you're really exposed to this stuff. And you really have to like ask yourself the same questions that they put into the design of it, right? Like when you have your first game with speech choices, oh man, that weight feels like a fucking brick on your chest. Nowadays, I just dick around, you know, I just mess around. Oh, I will do the stupid thing. But back in the day, you really had to consider like with full voice acting and everything, man. Beautiful. Pretty much every new game I play, I have a playthrough on, so you're getting my first experience with it, which I think is pretty fun. Oh, he's T-posing! Yo! He's T-posing! Yo! Oh my god, that's great. That's fucking great. I punched him so hard his brain factory reset. Holy shit. Yo, clip that. Thank you. Oh man, that's great. That's fucking funny. I'm surprised we didn't have that happen sooner. Holy shit. You have to remember, I wasn't a huge fan of ODST. I felt like I was getting ripped off. Like Devin was talking about his 6 cents for not getting ripped off. I felt like ODST was a huge waste of money back in the day. $60 for like a $20 story and then like a disc. And in fairness, I didn't have the disc, but you know, ultimately it did work out because I got to play the Halo multiplayer. But I really, at the time, I wasn't huge on Halo multiplayer, but eventually we fucking all played it. So it did work out. You know, once Sean came around and we started all messing around with Halo file share and stuff, it did make sense, and it did work out. Okay, I'm just bumbling right now. Let's... Thank you. Done. Okay. Whenever I feel like I'm being ripped off whenever I play full price for a 15-year-old Nintendo game, yeah, they never go down in price. It sucks. If you could even find them with box art and everything. Thankfully, I own all these GameCube games. If I didn't, man, like ultimately being a GameCube boy worked out way more than being a PS2 boy. If you're a PS2 dude and you're trying to get your collection together, you're screwed. There's no fucking way, dude. I walked into something the other day. I think I walked into GameStop the other day, and dude, they had a Mario Sunshine, I think, for like $100. It was something that they had really expensive, and I was like, thank God I own it. Like, could you imagine trying to own this shit today? You'd be fucked. You would be fucking screwed, man. And I have it. I have 2 copies of Mario Sunshine, actually. One is the copy I had in 2002. Pretty much almost all my core GameCube games are still around. The only core GameCube game I sold, and this is why I always say never sell your shit unless you need the money, was Time Splitters. I sold my future perfect. That was a horrible mistake. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my life. Especially video game related. Terrible. Had a beautiful, pristine copy of Time Splitters 2 for the fucking GameCube. Sold it. Bought into the whole, oh, you'll just buy it back later. Yeah, you'll buy some dude's shitty copy he used as an ashtray. That's not literally what I have for mine, but it sucks. It's like some dude got my nice, pristine copy out there, or it's in a landfill. Regardless, it's not in my possession, and I will never have it again. But yeah, you know, like I was talking about a friend with this, like if they're going to keep making games into being, you know, only digital, only whatever bullshit, then eventually I'm just going to run out of things to buy. Like it's really that simple, you know? Like if they want to keep making games like, you know, digital only and stuff, and they want to keep doing all this weird shit, then I might not buy as many games, folks. Like maybe I'm not saying I'll never buy anything, but I might really reconsider getting different games, you know? I might just say, you know what, if you're just gonna sell me a download code or, you know, whatever, maybe I'll just stop, you know, because in 10 years you won't be able to play it if the servers are gone. You know, people still play N64 to this fucking day. In 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, will you be able to play PS5 games? No, because they'll have removed the servers. So you won't even be able to play the single player. So, more money for me, right? Maybe all good things are just destined to come to an end. And that's really what I was talking about with my friend. I was like, you know, this makes no sense. Why would, you know, I mean, not why, but they do this. It just seems like they're just shooting themselves in the fucking foot. Like, why won't they just burn a couple Blu-rays with their game on it and just have a version 1.0 that can boot offline? And if, you know, whatever. It's not like you're pirating. You can't even pirate half of this shit and play it on console. By definition, if you're playing on console at this point, you're probably not pirating. It's getting too egregious. So that's why any of those games like that, I'm not buying them new. Period. I refuse. I said that about the game key cards that Nintendo's doing. Whatever it is, I'm buying it used. Secondhand. I'm not supporting that. I'm a collector. I like owning my games. You know, most people are. You know, it's like owning books, which is also something I like to do. I like having books that I think are good and well done and well written. I think that's like a pretty fair universal feeling I think that every gamer has, is you have this library that you absolutely love and enjoy. Filled with, you know, if you had to show someone who's never played a video game, right? Like, let's say they had all the skills necessary, right? Like, you're just walking them through it like a museum. You know, like, hey, this is what this game is like. I mean, now I'm just describing a playthrough. When I played this game when I was 7, it was the best thing in the world, guys. You had to be there. Something like that. Like when you watch me play Metroid or whatever game I played a billion times, you know, like it's like a museum. I feel like I'm describing something for someone who wasn't around, of a time long gone, doing things from ages ago. Hilarious. He always gets bodied. It's really funny. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, here it is. Got it. Dude, what in the hell is going on? My lord, you're under attack.
Well met. I've fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
I don't want to hit them by accident.
What?
Who the hell are you?
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion gate and saved the city?
Oh, that's it. What would persuasion even do?
All right.
Wait, I can't see your face. Oh, start. Whoops.
Let's
One.
just talk. That That's great. How's it go again? Remarkable. Don't talk rot.
Oh my god. She likes jokes.
That's great. How's it go again?
What the fuck are they doing up there?
What a great story. Oh,
Okay.
please. Is that so? Remarkable. That's real. Not now.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Not later. Not.
Not ever, yeah. Not ever.
Let's just talk.
She likes joking
That's
more.
great. How's it go again? Don't waste your
There you go. Oh, that's it. I can't increase it anymore.
All right, I get it.
See? I get how this works. It's just, I don't know. I don't really like it that much. Okay.
Day.
There you go. Yeah, New Vegas, your companions actually, like, kill shit. I remember on normal mode they can kill shit. Do they die permanently in New Vegas? I don't think so, right? Don't they just get downed? I prefer when they don't spontaneously blow up every time an enemy looks at us. And, like, I have to micromanage the shit out of them. Fox in Fallout 3 is just an outlier, is unequivocally the most powerful and unkillable companion that Bethesda has ever made. Yeah, you actually have to put in effort to kill Fox. They set his health value way too fucking high. And then they make him have, like, special... I think maybe all companions have special dialogue. But Fox has, like, some of the most, like, unique dialogue because, without spoiling Fallout 3, he can interact with the end of the game. And, he basically tells you if you don't have the DLC to F off, do it yourself. It's not my problem, it's your destiny. Even though it's a perfectly logical thing to ask him to do, he will not do it, he refuses. Oh, in hardcore they could die. Okay, that's why I remember them not dying. Okay. Yeah, I prefer how New Vegas did it. Obsidian really does come in and add like a whole bunch of crazy good systems. I will say that. It just sucks that none of their games ever get finished. Your destiny lies within that chamber. I would not rob you of it. Yes, it's basically his way of saying, no, we did not plan for you to do this. It's almost like they knew people wanted to do that, and they specifically wrote that in. I don't know if they knew they were going to make DLC, but they specifically wrote that in to make it be this epic full circle conclusion. And then Broken Steel just comes out, and then you can just continue the story. Because Fallout 3 had a definitive end. And you had to reload a save. It's like misremembering movie quotes. Yeah, Berenstain Bears. Luke, I am your father. No! Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's funny because adding Broken Steel actually removes the reason to send anyone else in because you survive anyway. I guess if you just want to see like the different outcome or whatever, but pretty much like it becomes just go in the fucking chamber, dude. Like seriously, just go in the chamber. It's ironic, like adding in that ability to go back and free roam infinitely kind of removes a little bit of the pressure and vibe of it, you know? Who the fuck is in here? Slaughterfish? Going in the chamber gave a permanent debuff. Yeah, I don't like those permanent debuff things, though. I just don't. I don't like permanent debuffs like that, especially in a long RPG. Like, if you want to have a game that's like a Telltale game or like a Dark Pictures or a David Cage or something, and you want to have a permanent debuff, I'm all for it. Knock yourself out. I think that's actually a way you can make the game kind of impressive and different. But I don't think long-form RPGs are games, unless you have a mode for it, where you should have heavy missables, because missing it because you didn't know, you didn't guide read, or you just messed up, becomes like a multi-hour problem, And this has happened to me in like Fire Emblem Fates. It's happened to me in other games. Broken should have a debuff perk if you go in. I could see the option. I get the option of it. Maybe something that's a little bit negligible. Maybe have like a bonus, right? Like maybe you're more resistant to rads, but you have like minus 10 HP. Nothing like game altering, you know? Nothing that's gonna make the game feel like unplayable or fucking garbage, you know what I mean? But definitely something, I guess, that makes it feel more like something actually happened. I don't know. There's a series of mods for New Vegas called New Vegas Bounties. Amazing set of mods. I can make an argument to have them in the base game. Isn't it crazy how like these games will get some of the most amazing mods you've ever seen in a fucking video game? You're just over here like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, like what the hell is going on here? What the hell? I'm silenced? From what? Actually, what happens if I just do this? Oh, it takes a lot of stamina to block. That sucks. He's got like a silencing rod. I don't know what was, maybe goblins just silence you. I have no idea. The third and final mod in the series, you get injured and the injury reduces your max stats and will not go away. It's meant to make the final, I'm assuming, segment more difficult. Like more, you're actually like fucked up. You can't just do whatever you want whenever you want. Let's quick save, by the way, since I haven't quick saved this whole time. And that would be very bad if something awful happened. I would certainly be mad and annoyed. It's like how in New Vegas's actual first DLC, you're not supposed to take all the gold. They kind of intentionally make it impossible. It's not impossible, but they definitely do not want you to. That's the whole point. But fuck you, I want my gold. How about that? I like how they instantly heal, by the way. No, I'm finally over encumbered. Fuck's sake. By 4 pounds. Let's see. It's only worth 40. Goodbye. Okay, too late. Too fast. What can I say? I'm fast on my feet. Okay. You know, decide to go further and the option to walk away. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like choice-based games because of that. The thing is, it usually just ends up that there's one choice that's like really good or viable or gives you way more content than the other, and I kind of hate that a little bit sometimes. Oh, he's flopping. Look at that. No, dude, I hate this. I want a game with no inventory limit. I don't care. No, it's not realistic. It's a fantasy game. Fuck, I hate it. I just want to loot. I just want to loot, damn it. You don't understand. Looting is like a way of life for me. You are actually endangering my way of life. I can't get enough. I love it. Can't even pick up anything anymore. It's fine. I'm gonna need a bigger backpack. You know, and the more I think about it, if they just continued to make games the way they did in the 2010s, where they were actually profit chasing and profit seeking, they could fund all their stupid bullshit, all these companies. They could fund all these stupid, weird vanity projects that nobody cares about. They could still fund it, and then everyone would benefit. I think that's what probably pisses me off the most, is that if they just let literally sleeping dogs lie, you could still have all this stupid shit that they want to make. It's funny how a rising tide raises all ships, and people still don't seem to get that. You could have whatever silly, like, Life is Strange game you want, and you could sell a good Final Fantasy. Okay. Dead money, I stole everything. The fountain at the start was covered in crap by the time I was done. Oh my god. Took 15 trips to get it. Wait, you could leave dead money? I thought you couldn't leave. How did you get it back to the lucky 38? I thought you couldn't come back. Isn't that like part of the point, is you find Christina's like lover or something and she chooses to stay there for reasons? Poetic reasons maybe, but fucking stupid reasons, I guess. You carry it all out of the gate and place it in the bunker? Can you go back to dead money, like only to the bunker though? Maybe that's what I'm missing, is that you could go back to dead money. This is only what, this is worth nothing. Fuck that. 500 easy. That's it. No. Oh, you carry it all out in one go. I gotcha. And then you get back to the bunker, you place it in the bunker and make 1 billion trips. I gotcha. I got it. Basically, you wait till the very end, and on the way out, grab everything. You're over encumbered, but you're already out the door. So it doesn't even matter. You can travel back to the Mojave without... Yeah, I get it. I got it. I wasn't sure if maybe I missed something or there was like a way to go back. No, okay, I totally get it now. That's pretty funny, actually. Doing that in hardcore was so unbelievably fun. Oh, hey guy, what's up? I like how some dudes just don't even care. They just want to farm rats, dude. He doesn't even care that I'm letting out his crop or his livestock. Look at this interaction. But I have fed you and raised you this whole time. How could you do this to me? Does he actually die? Here, I'll block him. His smile and optimism gone. They're going through him. Okay, what the fuck? What weird ass interaction. Oh no, he finally died. Okay, anyway. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, sit back and let the game do the talking. The game whisperer. Shh, it's okay. Alright, I think that's it. Gonna let the one good goblin get eaten by his rats? Well, if Goblin Slayer taught me anything, and if Freerin taught me anything from the few clips I've seen, there's no such thing as a good goblin, only a dead goblin. What is it? I saw the clip of Freerin where it's like demons only use words to confuse you, to play off your sense of your good nature. They actually don't mean anything they say. They did the thing where they're like the mortally challenged, and people were mad at them. They were like, oh, you know, the more demons are just mortally challenged. That was based Bethesda. Based id and based, you know, even Wolfenstein was kind of like that. Don't worry. All those people who did that have probably been fired. They've been replaced by white woman HR members. It's over. Because you know when your HR department looks like Hot Topic and Starbucks, you're pretty much fucked. No fun will be had. Alright, we'll drop this stuff back off. Okay. I don't even think we're gonna level anytime soon ever again, because now that the level system has changed, you actually level so slowly at the very end. The one I didn't like was Honest Hearts. The end of it just put me off. It has never been fun again. I don't know. I didn't hate Honest Hearts. I actually enjoyed it after I didn't like Dead Money. I don't know. I kind of like those more open world, like here's more of the base game type DLCs, you know? Dead Money and Old World Blues, just opening Old World Blues with, I've said this before, but opening it with like 40 minutes of dialogue was a fucking mistake. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Good to see you.
Like, yeah, obviously you could just opt not to listen to the dialogue, but you know, you want to get the dialogue, you want to get the story, you want to get it in a succinct manner. For like, the Metal Gear cutscenes are more conservative than that. Holy shit, they were balling, or they were bugging with that, man. And it just never ends. Wasn't the W they thought it was, is basically what I'm trying to say. Very nice. They don't have to do anything. They have another option. They could just die. The only way you could live is to inflict suffering upon others. If the only way you can live is to inflict suffering on others, you should have the common decency to crawl into a hole and die. I love it. Anime having some of the best and edgiest moments is always good. The Japanese just know how to tell a story. It's so nice. Like, I'll watch, like, as much shit as people give some of the shonen, sometimes shonen will have, like, really good, like, character. What the fuck was that? Did you see that? Brother. Okay, the mine is haunted. I'm on to the next location. I'm gonna start seeing skeleton outlines wherever I go. Is that like an actual thing that happens? You enter the mine and you get cursed, and it's not even a visible debuff? Ugh. There's nothing to do after the story ends and all the NPCs are gone? Really? I never went back, so I never knew that. That's kind of funny, though. Once you finish Honest Hearts, they leave. That's it. For how much it's talked about in the base game, that's actually kind of unfortunate. Like, they mentioned Joshua Graham a fuck ton in the base game. So you finally get to meet him. It's actually cool. And then, you know. Is there an entrance around here? There you go. Yeah, Joshua Graham is a really good character in a really, really mid DLC. I've had that happen to a lot of characters I like. I feel like a lot of characters are really good in a vacuum. The problem is that they're either in an anime or a show or you know, something, some medium where they just don't get to really shine for one reason or another. And it's really unfortunate. For example, like a lot of people say Ichigo is a really good character, but Bleach doesn't have the best writing. So Ichigo is a really good character, unfortunately stuck in a game that's just not that good. Sorry, an anime that's not written that well. Conversely, I feel the opposite. I feel like One Piece is like a very good story, and then Luffy is probably one of the more boring protagonists I've had to sit through. And like, they'll have moments of really good stuff for him, but I just feel like he's just kind of bland. Ichigo in One Piece would be insane. It would be the world's craziest fucking crossover. Okay, do we push the switch? I don't even know what that did. Fuck! I knew it. I knew it as soon as I did it. Damn. There you go. The beginning of the anime had a lot better moments for Luffy. Yeah, it feels like the back end is kind of not as crazy. Post-time skits, it's ironic because, like, or I guess it isn't ironic. That's like the same thing I kind of say about Naruto. A lot of the best moments that really showcase like above the line and above the bar thinking for Naruto happen in the first half of Naruto and not the second half. The second half has like good character moments, but I feel like we had that in the first half as well, so like it didn't have to only be the second half. Okay. What? Who? Oh my god, they're downstairs. Hilarious. Oh shit, what the fuck? Whoa, how am I dying? Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Whoop. Fall damage is a bitch. Is it fall damage, or is it just that this thing is hurting my stats? I have no idea what's killing me. Well, that's why I bring these strong potions. Very nice. Okay. Cleanse. Okay. I think I'm good. It feels like the music went back to normal, so I can repair. Dude, it's always the helmet. Okay. I'm gonna start repairing everything in my inventory, so that way I can get to level 100 on Armorer, which I should have made one of my default perks. I should have replaced one of them, one of the other ones. Oh, Astral Vapors. Oh, okay, I didn't know it did that much damage. Hilarious. Okay. Yeah, lots of it was him doing what he thought was right, even if it didn't work out for him. He's mostly driven by food. Yeah, I feel like they play up the joke a little too much now. You know, when you get 900 episodes in, the fact that like other characters have had a lot more development and he hasn't is just very, very weird. Makes it feel very empty by comparison compared to like other things. But like, I'm not that much of a critical dude. Like, I still enjoy myself when I watch it, right? But I do think it is kind of getting overplayed that he's like the simpleton. You know, for a group of people that say that they're so much better than Dragon Ball, you basically have the same fucking protagonist. Also, Gear 4 is kind of stupid. What the fuck else is in here? Don't worry, I'm only another 250 episodes behind everyone else. I'll catch up someday. Honestly, not even terrible to probably do that, since I'm going to start doing Pokemon farming. Might as well do both at the same time. Fuck, it's up. That's such bullshit. Okay, I forgot how this works. If it's up, but it was a fast up, you cannot push it down. I forgot that's not how this works. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Like that. That wouldn't work. It has to be slow. Ridiculous. Even if like a trader set up shop out of the story would make Zion less desolate, it makes me feel sad, so good writing at least. Yeah, it just sucks. Some of these stories were meant to be like one-offs. They probably made it more open world free roam, but barely. You know, like sometimes you get that in games where it's like, oh, well, you know, you beat the game, but like that's it. There's nothing left. You could tell that they probably didn't really think about what people would do after the game was over. They're probably more focused on, you know, the game up to that point, maybe. It's unfortunate because you know, with a little bit of changes, it would have been cool. Now, obviously, single player games are never going to have that. They're never going to have true infinite amounts of replayability and content. Like we all can admit that at some point you will have done everything available in the game and there won't be anything else left for you to do. That's inevitable. That's just how these games are. That's just how everything is. Inevitably, you will do everything that is available to you in the game. And at that point, it's over, right? Like there's nothing else for you to do. But what the fuck are you squealing about? Where did you even come from? That's why I like New Game Plus, because if nothing else, you could just relive the journey, you know? I think every RPG should come equipped with some manner of New Game Plus. Never a bad thing, as I get lost. Okay, we can't open that. We have to go the other fucking way. Very nice. Yeah, until they... Yeah, but then the thing is like, I guess you're going to run into the Starfield problem, is what is meaningful content? I don't know. Like, maybe this is just something that can't be fulfilled, where like a game goes on forever and ever 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 and ever. Maybe that's also not the way to go. I think having a perfectly succinct, curated quest with maybe a couple recurring things is perfect, because if you really want to do it, you can, and if not, you get something that's been curated and looked through and maintained and handled by humans, and then you know exactly what to do and how to, you know. I don't like these endless fucking games. Like, that's why I didn't like Starfield. Anything else in here? That's like the one reason I really didn't like Starfield, is I feel like I spent so much time on those initial streams and then I really just didn't get anything out of it. It wasn't very fun. Like, wow, you could land on 1 billion planets. Okay, what does that do for me? Nothing really. You could just land on a bunch of planets. And they're all kind of the same thing. Okay. Yeah, everyone wants an infinite game until they have an infinite amount of time to beat it. Yeah. It sounds good on paper, and then you realize, like, wait a minute, I'm just gonna do the same generic thing over and over. It's I don't want to say it's like a job that you do for free, but now it just becomes effort. Maybe there's some people who will really get into it, right? And that's totally fine, and I respect that. I just think having a curated experience that you can New Game Plus is way better. Like, you can have your randomly generated planets, you know, maybe have a thing here or there that you could do or whatever. But I think just having that designated story mode and designated, you know, curated side content is worth way more than whatever Starfield did, where they just kind of threw a couple of planets at you, and then we're just like, here's a bajillion other ones that you need to explore. Again, it just wasn't my type of game. I tried. I did try it. Seemed alright. Wasn't a huge fan of how they handled it, so. That's it? Okay. Dude, that shit looked like it teleported up. Look at that. The warp in the west. That's a Daggerfall thing, right? I've been playing War Thunder. I started playing Germans. I have found my people, blind as a bat and cross-map sniping from the same guy. Hilarious. I found my people. Oh my god, we're gonna level up. Are you serious? Random athletics level up to save the fucking day. For the fucking win, dude. We're gonna level up on the way out. Or we'll level up and that'll be the stream. Random athletics level up. Can you believe that shit? Clutch. That's why, like, certain games, even if they're not long, if I feel like they're very well curated, I feel fine about it. It's probably the best thing that you can do with a game is have a really curated experience. Whether it's 10 hours and it's some of the best 10 hours of that genre you've ever played, or if it's 100 hours, you know? That was like one of the first things that I said about, like, Tears of the Kingdom is a great example of that. Because I genuinely enjoyed the shit out of Tears of the Kingdom. But, like, the biggest thing I hated was the controls. And the lack of systems that would have made Breath of the Wild better. Easily, like, one of my least favorite aspects of that game. If Tears of the Kingdom had changed a couple things, it would have dethroned Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is a game you could beat in 20 hours, maybe less. But it's a very well-crafted, curated game. It doesn't have quantity, it has quality. It also has 20 years of being out. So that would probably be the one thing I would say. That's like a good example between two games I like. I think they're both good. Eight virtues. Ah, you can only up it by 5. Fuck. Then we just pour everything into it, and then we put as much into speed, and then we just do 2 into intelligence. Okay, whatever. Yeah, dude, who killed this dog? It wasn't me. I didn't kill him. Too much with not enough. There was never a good balance between space and content. Either too much content in a small space or vast amount of space with no content. The first thing you do is you enter into space, and then it's like, okay, we'll fly to this planet. All right, well, you'll be flying for 7 hours. Why did they do that? How did that even make sense? Why not just have a representation of your thing? You know how some games are just to scale? You know, like they're not to scale. They just represent it. Do that. You know, like I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That game was huge. Huge. Odyssey and Valhalla were fucking insane how big they were. But you want to know what I never said? I never said the world felt too big. And that's another game that at the end I was sad. I'm like, that's it. I've done the whole story. There's nothing else left to do. We've been to every area, 100% at every location. There's nothing left to do. 5 minutes in Starfield, I'm like, it's unfortunate. You know, I say this as I guess someone would say an Ubisoft fanboy, even though I'm not, but you know, as someone who really likes Assassin's Creed, and I say this as someone who's played pretty much every Assassin's Creed thoroughly and for the channel, sometimes multiple, that's probably one of the few things I hate the most about it, you know? I always like to catch a stream every once in a while. I always like to have for the I hate the most about it, you know? I always like to catch a stream every once in a while. I always like to have you on. Okay, should be coming back. Stream froze, stream froze, stream froze. But yeah, I always like to have you on. It's always nice. Yeah, OBS always has a stroke if I don't keep the other slides open, yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you, Devin. Glad you're doing well. Glad we're all having fun. No joke, most German players like a T-Rex. Don't move and you will live. This is a meme in the community. That's hilarious. But yeah, tomorrow, for real, for realsies, Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's right, you've heard it here. We will go from playing Kino to playing Slop. Time to be determined, maybe 6, maybe 7. I'm not too sure. I will figure it out as the time comes closer. But we will start to play it again, and that will be good, because then I could stop playing it as fast as possible. Yes, are we all ready for it? I'm excited. Alright, I want to thank everyone who showed up. Thanks Amelia, thanks Devin, thanks Viv. Thanks anyone who stopped by on the stream. I do appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all on the next stream. Thank you. And yes, very nice. Do I still have the thing? Yes, I do. Enjoy your Friday evening.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
What are you buying? Not enough cash, stranger.
What the fuck?
I need a glass of milk.
What's he gonna do? Oh!
He's pulling his cock out.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald? A Chaos Emerald? You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me. Disgusting black creatures. Get out of my sight.
Let us make Outworld great again.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Fuck me, that was fast.
Fuck you!
I never forget a pussy.
I have his mojo. Let me ask you a question. And be honest. Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Do I make you randy? I'm you 10 minutes from now. Damn it, you are handsome. I was just thinking the same. We are sexy. We are sexy bitches, yeah. Sex? Yes, please. You're fab, you're switched on, you're a bit of all right, yes.